things seems to be getting so excited in Liberia. And those of us too who are out of Liberia seems to be getting, involved one way or the other, because this coming election, I believe, is the most important election of all time in Liberia. The Liberians' life depends on it. You might think any other way, but it is the truth. The life of our people depends on this year's 2023 elections. I believe there are people who need to and must be leaders of Liberia, regardless of the circumstances. And I have decided to throw my weight behind Alexander B. Cummings, and Miss Charlene Brumskin. And maybe people might wonder why he decided to throw his weight behind this set. I fully believe they are the one for Liberia at such a time like this. Mr. Cummings has the expertise, he has the experience. He's worked with Fortune 500 company. He's on the board of so many big organizations and companies. I believe with his global exposure, he will be able to, bring people, investors into Liberia to invest in our country. I listened to his platform. He have idea about culture and tourism. He got means of agriculture, about helping our kids go to school, about the medical situation in our country. There are so many things, the roads that we have. We were told that someone said he will be known for roads, but we see that there are roads being built, I must admit, but it have not gone very far. Because I understand that most of these roads that are being built, constructed today, should have been finished since 2019, 2020, 2021. We are in 2023, and Liberia, over 175 years old, don't even have roads completed in the capital city. That is a disgrace. So even me, at times, I'm so embarrassed to tell people about Monrovia, Liberia. Because many times people ask, but I thought Liberia was never colonized. I thought it was the first country in Africa and the uncolonized country in Africa. And I bend my head and I don't know what to say because of the leaders that we have in government. I believe ABC and CB can definitely change the trajectory of our country. So I've decided to throw my weight behind them. I'm going to use my platform to disseminate information concerning Alexander Cummings and also Charlene Brumskin. So those of you, my subscribers, those who click on my videos, I want to encourage you. We need a new breed of people. We need people with new ideas, not the same old. We don't need to recycle the same people over and over like a revolving door, as I said once upon a time. We need people who have their hands pure and clean when it comes to the things of government. Because I fully believe Alexander Cummings can change Liberia for the better. I believe it. I have no doubt. And I want you to give us a trial. Give him a trial and see if he will not change the first 6 years, if he will not change the life of the Liberian people. His aim and aspiration is to clamp down on corruption. Corruption is a cancer in Liberia. It's in every sector of employment in Liberia, the government sector especially. That's where corruption is so rampant, it's so rapid that you can't even control it. everyone seems to be talking about the corruption that is killing the fiber of our country, Liberia. And because of that, as Alexander B. Cummings said, he said Liberia is too rich for its people to be poor, or to be so poor. Everyone is doing business. Everyone is doing stuff. Then at the same time, they are killing people and things are going on. Like the country is in complete disarray. It is scattered. The chaos and division is taking over Liberia. There are so many of us out in the diaspora that wants to return home. We want to resettle back in Liberia. But with the government that is in power, even the UP government that wants to take leadership for the second time, why don't you give it to someone else? I believe if Cummings and Bromskin can take over Liberia, market women, I want you to watch the video. Share my video, please. Share my video. Share this video to everyone you can get it to. Maybe you might be voting for UP. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you might be voting for CDC. Maybe you might be voting for any other political party. But I want to tell you that CPP at this time are the right people for such a time as this. If we can give them the chance to rule Liberia for 6 years, if the first 6 years you know that they didn't do well, guess what? You can vote them out of office. And I will be very critical about them. I'm not going to say, oh, because I love Alexander Cummings and I love Charlene Bromskin to become leaders of Liberia, so I will just sit on my hands and don't check and balance. No, I will be critical of their leadership. Because we're going to hold them to the fire. We're going to hold their feet to the fire about everything they say on the platform. No man is perfect. No man is infallible. We know that. But to the extent that we find Liberia in today, if something is not done in the next 6 years, Liberia will be, right now we are about 150 somewhere on the Richter scale of what? Of developed countries, or developing countries actually. Liberia will go down to negative 154. And we all know what's going on in Liberia. Okay? People are there doing witch hunt. When you say something about their leader, they come after you. That is not a democratic way of ruling a country. That is not a democratic way of being a part and parcel of a country. People have the right to criticize, to tell the government you're not doing the right thing. And the government need to improve or to change their attitude or the trajectory of their leadership ability, instead of getting mad and running after people who go about discrediting the wrong or what they have done wrong. Liberia need leadership. We have not had it for a while now. I went to Liberia some time ago and the garbage was everywhere. And you know, one amazing thing that I noticed when those who knew us, related or one that was driving in the very vehicle we drove, and we talk about these things, they got angry. And you know, I don't blame them for being angry, because they have not traveled out of Liberia to see how other countries are being ruled and taken care of. And I'm not saying that other countries don't have their dirty spots. I'm not saying that other countries don't have ghettos and whatnot. There's every country on the face of the earth, I believe, have a ghetto. But if the ghettos start to come into the capital and start to destroy everything and spoil the scenery of our city and every other town and villages and cities within Liberia, then there is a concern. If things happen in the country and the leader don't say anything, he keep quiet and people do whatever they want to do, there are people being killed every day and there's nothing, there's no justice. How can you say Liberia is a place to resettle? Brothers and sisters, those of you in YouTube land that watch just for you, I want to encourage you, I want to admonish you, forget about any other party. Join the CPP. vote for the CPP. I believe that they can do better with the leadership that I see and their platform and things that they say, things that they are already doing, crisscrossing the country, going to markets, meeting the people, interacting with people. Who better person or people you can have to lead you? They are accessible. You can talk to them. The other day I saw Mr. Cummings in a keke. I just saw Brumskin chatting in the market, talking to market women. She was dancing with people, playing football with little kids. That is the kind of leader, down to earth leaders. And these two possess the quality, the ability to lead our country to higher heights. I'm pumped up for them. I'm telling you, I want to see them succeed. I want to see Mr. Cummings and Ms. Brumskin succeed to become leaders of Liberia. We want to go back home and see something different. We want our children to go to school. We want to have a good healthcare system in Liberia. We want to see agriculture. Liberia grow its own food. We want to see roads being constructed. Not what we heard, we're going to make road possible, but not construct. So that means if it's a muddy road, you take a tractor and you go on top of the mud. When it rains, you think, what happened? If the big old tankers and stuff goes on that road, the road gonna be messy again. That means every year you have to grill the road. Liberia is old. We shouldn't be talking about roads at this time. To be frank with all Liberians, we should not be talking about roads in Liberia. Every road in Liberia, every street in every city in Liberia, by this time should have been paved. It should have been paved. And today we are still talking about fixing Red Light Road, EWA Road. 2023, we are still discussing that. That is a disgrace. And that disgrace goes on our leaders. Liberians, don't be fooled about their popularity. Don't be fooled about who you think they are. They have let us down. Oh, Cummings is wealthy. Cummings was with Coca-Cola. Cummings, yeah. He has the experience. Cummings worked with a country or government or company that have over $250 billion asset. That is a company. That is Liberia don't even have $1 billion budget. It doesn't even have $1 billion budget. And a man who worked to a company over $250 billion, when he was there, it was 180 some billion when he worked with Coca-Cola. And you think this man, chicken change like $7 million or $1 billion. That's chicken change comparing to what Cummings have handled or have gone through before. We all know that. Come on, Liberians, join me. Let's support the CPP. Let's support ABC and CB. Let's support them. Let's have a new leadership sitting up in our executive mansion. Don't listen to those lies and those tricky stuff they say. They have tried it before and it have not worked. UP have tried it before. It have not worked. Where is Liberia? All these people who say, oh, we are old, we have the experience. You have your experience. Brady Samaka, you have your experience. You work through the government, defense minister, police director. Where is Liberia today? The police don't even have uniform to wear. They wear the old faded thing all in the streets. What did you all do with all the experience that you claim that you have? We need somebody that will come in and restructure. We got Inspector General. We are not India. Or we are not Great Britain country. We are the sister country of the USA. We need to continue. All that your Inspector General and this one and name it is nonsensical to Liberia. Okay? We have police director. We don't talk about this Inspector General and all kind of. Where you get it from? Are we British people? Were we ever under the British rule? India and other countries use those things, not Liberia. So what are you guys trying to do? To change things around and then mess it up more? Police, they are not equipped. They are there begging for money on the street because you guys don't even pay them nothing. When I was in the police force as a task force officer, I was making $145 a month. Since many years ago, I think it was, 2019, 80, 81, 82, I was in the special task force in Monrovia. I was making $145 a month. We're getting our pay on time, a majority of the time. We are in 2023 and the people are making $125. Inflation have caused serious trouble within our country, America as well as Liberia, every country on this continent, in the world. And you pay the people $125 a month? How can you survive on $125 a month? Not even a week, a whole month. Something needs to be done. Something must be done for Liberia to make that country a safe haven. Liberia was once upon a time a safe haven. People came from every country on the face of this earth to go to Liberia, to do business, to live in Liberia. But nowadays, people are rather fleeing from Liberia. Even those who have left Liberia to study, who wants to come back home with their investment, they are afraid because they don't want to go spend $1 million. And at the end of the day, there's civil war, or there's so much division and chaos and so much separation and not diversity, but rather nepotism. And nobody wants to be in that kind of mess. Everybody looking for peace. People preach peace in Liberia, but is Liberia actually peaceful? People going to people's churches and disrupting it. They're having convention. People go there and disrupt. Is that a form of peace? And the leader says nothing. It is time. Let us support CPP. If you love this platform and you have come on this platform, I want you to share this video. Share all of my videos, but share this one too. Subscribers, I want you to share my videos. Those who have not subscribed and you have come along my videos by mistake or whatever, I want you to subscribe. From now until the October 10th, every week I will be online and I'm going to keep pushing for the CPP. Alexander B. Cummings and Sister Charlene Brumskin. They are the one needed at such a time like this. They can change this country. They can make it better for you and I. They can bring growth to the economy. The sector of tourism, they can develop it and make it better. Ecotourism, they can make it better for foreigners to come in and bring their money so Liberia can live off. Look at Ghana today. Millions and billions of dollars. Like the Jamaica and the islands, that's how they are subsidized. That's how they work. By using ecotourism, and some of them use total tourism where they build these hotels and stuff. If we can't even get to that at this time, we could still develop our tourism department, clean around our rivers and our waterfalls, that people can come there, take pictures, relax and enjoy themselves. Not to go home 5 o'clock in the evening because they're afraid that somebody might harm them or might steal from them. And I'll tell you, when Ellen was in power, I went to Liberia several times. I remember I used to go to Liberia 2-3 times a year. Sometimes in a month time, I would go to Liberia 2 times. And I used to be out there. 12 men are driving from Nimba to Monrovia or from Banga to Nimba to Bopley. I used to do that with missionaries because we're trying to establish a hydro plant in Bopley to supply the entire Biole Klein with electricity. But when George Weah became president and the death rate started to go up, what we call Boyo, they start killing people. Everybody's afraid. Myself, I'm afraid now to even be out late at night when I go to Liberia. The longest I'll be out is 6 o'clock. These things need to change. We need to enjoy our life. We need to enjoy our country. It's a beautiful country. We need to be out day and night. Let us be like say in Monrovia where they say you can't sleep. Then people are closing their stores at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. The government need to go back to the drawing board and re-examine why are people closing their stores at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening or late afternoon. Why? It's because of what is happening in Liberia. There is no leadership. There is no leadership, and I must emphasize, there is no leadership in Liberia. We need a leader. And Alexander B. Cummings and Charlene Brumskin, they are the one for such a time as this. They are the one. Vote CPP.
This is a place where I know, where I live and this where I grow. Since now I see the sun in the moon, Mama Liberia, you only my boom. I to shine over our mountains, hills and down our valleys, rivers and the ocean. We are beautiful forests, colorful with animals.
Nature beneath peaceful blue skies,
with rainbows of tribes in this richness. Oh, oh, oh. With songs and percussions, like it's us around the who will fire.
and night under the moonlight.
That's why we tell the story.
That's why we tell the story. Beautiful Liberians.
That's what we are.
We are peaceful and loving.
That's what we are.
But tolerant Liberians.
That's what we are. That's what we are.
We on the rise of living.
That's what we are.
The grounds of our ancestors.
That's what we are.
Culture and nature bind us together. That's what we are.
That's what we are.
Just a heart so much.
This is our heritage.
Our culture. People of tolerance, David the oneness, regardless of tribes and religion. I tell you, we care for it, I not see, but we acknowledge. We grow, we eat and live the wood and the fruits, preserved for the days of old. Yeah.
Tradition of finance and values. Our chiefs and elders.
And our mothers who keep the family together, the joy and happiness.
We are beautiful Liberians.
That's what we are.
We are peaceful and lost. We are proud, tolerant Liberians.
That's what we are. That's what we are.
We on the rise of living.
That's what we are.
The grounds of our ancestors.
That's what we are.
Culture and nature brings us together.
That's what we are.
Just a heart so much.
This is our heritage,
Our culture.
our right.
Kisi ala ose. Nanjo yola pando anti de nanjo la kwengana yola yogira. Nketi barali de nume de ujojo. Njoba na manja yola. Nkaku ndo mio.
This is a place I know where I live and go. Aya babe, baso yansebira, babe be, soje mo. Baso yansebira, babe be, soje mo. Soje yanji ake, opa ke almoni. Soje yanji ake, opa ke almoni ni ngombe. Natural path, the waterfalls of Patawi, the monkey bush of Kunkante, the man of the Lupisi. Bona jana, e consente papande. Bona jana, e consente papande. The mighty lake is the grand Camela. Story, Providence Island.
I'll be met, fire on the rock in the middle of the ocean. Liberia is so rich, yeah.
Infinite, mineral and natural resource.